Hi and welcome. Uh, I have been working on some of my whips that I haven't worked on in a while. And if you are new to cross stitch or to floss tube, this whip, it's a work in progress. And this is a Spring Bouquet Mill Hill collection kit. And Mill Hill is known for its glass seed beads. And this is called Sheep Egg. And I started this, I think, around Easter time as a project to work on for Easter. And didn't get that far with it. I think I was watching TV while I worked on it. And yeah, I got a little distracted, which is not a good thing when you're, especially when you're doing cross stitch or beadwork. Now let me show you what the kit comes with. You get the chart, which gives you the key for the seed beads. Sometimes these have cross stitches in them, sometimes they're all beads like this kit. I keep my beads in these slide. I'm sorry for the glare, but it's raining here, so I have lights on. These didn't come with the kit. These I purchased, I think, on Amazon. They come with the floss and the beads, and they come in bags of bead soup like this, which is what beaders call it when different kinds and colors of beads are all mixed together. Not my favorite thing. I do not like bead soup, but I've had this kit quite a while. And then this is the other. I put the magnet in there. It helps to corral my needles, and it does come with a beading needle. That was a cross stitch needle. It came with this beading needle. And since it has a magnet inside the cover, I can keep the needle on top of the case and it doesn't slide off, and I know where it is. I started this using the floss that Mill Hill provided in the kit. And it's not bad floss. Maybe, I think it is DMC. But as you can see, there's a twist to it. And you pull it down to like 1 ply. And yeah, I'm not going to use that now. I'm going to change and use my silamide, which is a bead stringing thread. It's much finer and it's stronger than floss. And since I'm going to be adjusting a mistake, this is size A silamide, and it comes on a big old spool like this. And this happens, it's a waxed bead thread, size A, and there's 500 yards of white silamide on this spool. So it'll last me a long time. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this clip is because I made mistakes. And of course, I was distracted watching TV and I just kept on going. Didn't look back at my reference picture. So, you know, things happen. And this is the piece that I'm working on. And you can see his ear has 3 little black beads down here that don't belong. He should only have 2 rows of 3 black seed beads here for his ear. And you can see that in the picture. There's only 2 rows of 3 beads there. And he has no black beads in his body. And of course, instead of putting in petite white seed beads, I put in petite black seed beads. So those beads all need to be removed. Now, I'm doing beading, and you can tell by the back that it's kind of, I don't know if you can really see that, it's kind of continuous thread. And you can't really see it because the lines kind of go up and down with the squares. The bulky stuff is just where I've woven ends under. So instead of undoing all that thread, what I think I'm going to show you is, and I hope it works because I haven't tried it yet, is I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. Usually when a beater makes a mistake, let me pull this down. And usually you don't do it on stringing, you usually do it on weaving. But what they will do is they'll take flat chain nose pliers, which have a broader tip, and you just put your pliers around the bead, which you woven into a fabric like this, only without actual fabric under it. And you would just break that bead off and then restring some thread through your beads until your thread is secure, and then you would just come up through the beads next to where you need to replace the bead, add the new bead, and continue in through your weaving back to where you left off. So, let's see how this works. Now, I'm just doing this on my table, unless I can find a piece of wood quick. I guess I can use this plaque. And I have a jewelry chasing hammer. I couldn't find it, so I'm just going to use this crusty old household hammer. No special real tools necessary. I'm going to try to position the point of my needle nose pliers down on this bead. Kind of get it so it's in there, and then I'm just going to it's probably much easier with flat pliers, but I was afraid the flat pliers would be too big for these little beads. And I can't, normally you would squeeze the beads to break them. And like for this end one, I think I can do that. Yeah, see? I just squeezed it in my pliers and that bead is gone. So now I can just weave in a thread and put the correct bead in. And I will do that with the rest of them too. I thought I'd have to hammer it, but I think I can get these little needle nose in there and just squish them. And there, another bead is gone. And I'll put it here on the ear. And whoop, squish. And you're gonna have to, I'll have to work to take out the little broken bead pieces, but it's not a big deal. And this works with glass beads. It'll work with some acrylic beads, but not all. So this is a time where you don't have to go back and rip out your stitching. You can just break the beads. See, now I'm down to the 2 rows, and I just have to go in and put those petite white beads back in. And I'll do the same here. I'm just putting the tips of my pliers around the bead carefully and breaking it. And breaking it. It's actually kind of cathartic because you're breaking something and gets out all your frustrations. And then I'll hit that one. And let me put a piece of paper under here so you can see. And then I just have to go back and put the correct beads in there and move on. So I hope that helps. So if you make a mistake when you're beading on your Mill Hill kits, you don't have to tear your stitches out. Just go back and break your beads that are bad or wrong. Not bad. There are no bad beads. And then go back and weave in some thread and restitch the empty areas and move on with your stitching. So that is my tip for today, and I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a colorful, happy day. Enjoy your stitching and your crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye.